The tabernacle, this is large, giant art installation that's sacred and represents the presence of God in the nation. And within that tabernacle, you have a collection of artworks, basically, of all different types of media, everything from metal sculpting, embroidery, perfume making, textile design, architectural design. And with all of these different artworks within the tabernacle, they convey various theological truths. Among them, one of those sets of theological truths is about God's character, who God is. And so when you look at some of these various artworks that convey these theological truths, well, many of them seem to convey things that are juxtaposed to each other. For instance, if you look at the wash basin, well, the wash basin conveys that God is absolutely holy, absolutely righteous and pure, and no uncleanness of anyone that anyone bears can approach such a holy God. And at the same time, you have the mercy seat that conveys God is merciful. You have the altar of burnt offering. And the altar of burnt offering conveys that God is judge. He does judge people for their sins, and yet there is also provision for atonement. So God is gracious. And so you have these attributes of God that seem to be polar opposites of each other. And yet it's because they're polar opposites that it establishes something that we have come to identify in classical aesthetics as wholeness. Wholeness is established because you have these opposites running throughout the tabernacle, conveyed throughout all the artworks of the tabernacle that exhibits God's character. And so there you have a very powerful, potent aesthetic means to convey something that is very profound, to convey something that describes the universe and our cosmos and what we ultimately seek after in life and what God represents.